our teenage lives. That's it. Like you just wanted somebody, like a boy, to walk you home from school, or just trying to get somebody's phone number. Like that was it. And that's so. Like I said, I can't. If there are people that are listening and that are watching, if there are artists out there, that if there are young artists that are for the young people and they are doing kiddie stuff or all of that, let me know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the kids are doing. I don't know what they're doing out these days.
All right, since we're talking about the kids and the younger folks, Luke has come out and said they owe him, some of them owe him some money.
Check from Ice Spice. I need a check from Sexyy Red. All the fucking girls, Megan Thee Stallion. Anybody that's running around shaking their ass. Male rap is on some shit right now. I'm sorry. The females are winning. They're doing everything that I did. I'm still waiting for these girls to send me a fucking check. I need a check from Ice Spice, who turned her around and dropping it like it's hot and doo-doo browning. I need a check from her. I need a check from Sexyy Red. That Red, my friend. My man Stan. Shouts out to Stan. Stan the man. I don't need a check from him. That's my dog. That's his record company. All the girls, Megan Thee Stallion, anybody that's running around shaking their ass, talking about pussy and dick on the record, y'all need to send me a check. Send me a check. Just stop by with the check and say, thank you, Uncle Luke, for allowing us fighting, going to the Supreme Court, allowing us to be able to say what we're saying on the records. And we're whooping these men right now because we're doing our thing. That's going to go viral.
All right.
Can I point out something real quick?
Go ahead, do it.
That they bleeped out ass, but let him say pussy and dick.
I don't know why that even is.
just continue, but continue on with the discussion.
This sound like James Brown. He was getting mad at rappers in like the 80s
when they were sampling them.
But I feel like this was tongue in cheek. I don't feel like he's really mad.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, James Brown was serious though.
But I've said it before though too, and I said it in a music group before, and people were like, "Well, yeah," but no, like, yeah, you kind of do need to thank him, because not kind of, no, you do. Like, if we want to talk about cultural impact of rap and what it has done, the fact that we are able to continue to express ourselves through music without fear of prosecution, technically, there's an exception to that. You may not want to admit to crimes in your records, but that you can say those things.
Yeah. I think Luke should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just off the parental advisory.
Yeah, with him fighting for that. Yeah, the legal, like the pioneer of what he did.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the freedom of speech. Even with parody, like him being able for those parody songs to be able to be made. Like Weird Al. I mean, Weird Al had been doing it forever, but at the same time, like essentially when 2 Live Crew redid one and the people didn't like what it was saying, that's when they started going to court. And again, parody lie, we were good.
Was it the band in the USA?
No, it's the
Cowards in Compton?
No. Harry, it was like Harry Woman. So it was it was a parody. It was like Pretty Woman, but the song's called like Harry Woman.
Oh, okay.
Like something like that. But either way, like they went to court for that. So thank you, Uncle Luke.
It's just called Pretty Woman.
All right. But
called Pretty Woman.
I also appreciate that he called it doo-doo browning.
It's a parody of Roy Oberon. Pretty Woman is a parody of Roy Oberon's 1964 hit Pretty Woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's it. Like it's they changed, the song, Pretty Woman walking down. Like they changed the words to a little bit more vulgar things.
Harry Woman.
It's something like that. Something like it's something along those lines. But yes, I appreciate that he called it doo-doo browning because that's what I was out there doing. Like, I mean, twerking is not new, right? The term twerking is not new. Miley Cyrus didn't invent that. But I will say, I think the first time I heard twerk was with Yin Yang Twins. I feel like maybe I heard it before then slightly.
Like twerk.
But like definitely Yin Yang was the
Whistle While You Twerk.
Whistle While You Twerk, which is an amazing motivational and educational song.
I know. I want to say No Limit on one of them songs.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think twerk wasn't universal, but it definitely didn't just happen within the last 7 years, right? It was, like I say, maybe at least. Definitely 99, 2000, like somewhere in there is when we started really saying twerk. But before that,
they was popping.
I was pee-popping on a handstand or doo-doo browning.
Doo-doo browning.
That's it. That's what you did.
I mean, I just remember you hear dun 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 dun. You like, oh, it's don't stop, pop that. Let me see
when the music gets faster.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's about to go down.
And if you didn't know, if you could not keep up with this young lady in front of you that you've been dancing with, just let it just slide away and
you just gotta have homeboys to just hold you up.
And if she has a homegirl in the front who is confirming if you are worthy of this doo-doo.
Yes, of getting this dance.
It's like, is he worthy of the dance?
Yeah, because y'all would have that thing because you don't want to turn around and look at her, so y'all did the
turn around and look. Because what you don't want is for her to turn around and look at you.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you would rather her just stand up because that's how you ended it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no arguing about it either. Her homegirl would be like, yeah, or like, nah. And you just would stand straight up. You stop dancing.
So you had to take your
move on to the next. You just got to move to the next.
And that was it. And like maybe you might have been a little nice and be like, okay, I'm done dancing. That's it. Like or whatever, right?
I mean, now there were some cats be like, man, this bitch tripping. Now that you may get that from time to time, but it wasn't a normality.
it was not common. Like I mean, like I said, the rejection, yeah. Shout out to y'all for dealing with that, right? Of being able to deal with that, and then also we like now understanding that you did have to go back to your homeboys who were watching.
Did you get the number?
And it wasn't no compassion, man. Even though everybody went through the same thing, it was like you act like they just like, man, of course you didn't, you pussy ass. You'd be like, but I just got this like 3 minutes ago and doing the same exact thing. I just act like that didn't happen.
Bruh, like that's just.
They're like, the only reason she gave you a number is because you go to school with her.
Yep. That was my excuse. And that was the era. If you had pretty hair, if you was light skin, dark skin, brown skin, you was going 9 out of 10. You it was like having a whole bunch of money at the club. Now, like that was currency. Having pretty hair,
yeah,
you didn't have to have nothing else. You literally walked in. You knew 99% of the girls were gonna maybe not get your phone number, but they was gonna dance with you.
Yeah, and they had some ball socks.
Yep.
Wait a minute, and I'm sitting here like, is that where my pretty hair?
Yeah. That's the era.
It started
because it starts with Al B. Sure.
I was just about to mention him. So there's a picture of Chris Brown as a kid, right? And this is not Stacey saying that I'm looking at him in that way, but it's like he has. You can see he has this little curly box. He has on like this little turtleneck, this little blue sweater vest situation, a little thing like that. And I'm like, nigga, if we'd have been in the 3rd grade together. He'd have been it because he looked like he could draw and like he good at kickball, right? Like you like, oh, like okay, I could. That's husband material in the 3rd grade. Like you don't understand. Mm-hmm. Like oh, he looked like he could draw.
Like oh, I want to go with him.
He looked like he could really draw. Like so, that's a big deal. Like so. But yeah, there's definitely, and I'm sitting here thinking, like first time I saw that picture, I laughed so hard. I was like, oh my God, I'd have been all over him back in '87. Like we'd have been kicking it. like, oh man. Like, ooh, but that is
But
funny.
Luke was the beginning of it all, at least for me. That was on the box late at night. There was a phone tree, at least amongst my friends in my neighborhood. If a Luke was coming on the box, there was a phone tree that went out to let everybody know that it was on. Like it was literally, boom. Did you call Chris? Already called him. Like it was just a phone tree. Cats, turn it on. It's on. Or you seen a Luke's card? Like it was just a phone tree.
I want to one day I'm gonna sit here and I'll just see what Luke videos are available on the YouTube to watch. I have never looked them up. I don't look them up because I need to stretch, and I know that I'm gonna immediately try to do a dance move, try to bust out that routine we used to do back in the day.
Put your hands up on that breakdown.
And because I'm here alone a lot, I don't want to pull something.
And nobody there.
Nobody there to help you.
Nobody's here to help me. So
hey, this cool ass Scott from the I Love 90s Music Podcast. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like it on the SOLC network. You finna get all the real deal on the 90s, the 2000s, and the splash of that 80s. Do it right now, man, and I'll be your friend.